Welcome back, champions, to the Banner Saga. We just won a very critical fight on the bridge, and it was almost an impossible battle to win, but we managed to win with just one character left. Elite survived, and she won a one-on-one battle with the final dredge. And now we get to see what happens. I know this was a really important battle, so I'm curious. Ivor had ran out and attacked, and we followed suit. So now, enough of this, groans Ivor, who seems to have snapped out of his daze. This is getting us nowhere. You follow as he climbs the stairs and throws open the doors of the Great Hall. So I think this is where we're going to convince Jorunder that we need to knock the bridge down. Engavar, glad to see you well. You swear you catch a note of trepidation in the king's voice. Jorunder, enough. This fight cannot be won. Again, this. I'll be damned if that bridge falls during my reign. You'll let our whole race die. We'll all be gone someday, Angvar. I need not tell you. There are no more Varl being made tomorrow, or 1,000 years from now. We are it. And I will not destroy what we have made. Would you leave no trace of us when we are gone? As if we never existed. I know this, but yours is one voice of many. I know that the Varl are equal. The days of Kender are over. I ask these Varl, all there is left in the world, to follow me and live another day. Who do you think they will choose? Whoa, would they choose Ivor over Jorunder? Man, did Ivor used to be like a king or something? I'm still confused who Ivor is, because I know the Varl can live for forever until they get killed. I don't know. We don't know if they die of old age, because so far it doesn't seem like they do. Anyway, the weight of the air in the Great Hall becomes so thick it nearly suffocates you. The silence continues for ages. So because they don't die of old age, Ivor could be like a king from thousands of years ago, though he doesn't look as old as some of the others. But yeah, I don't know. Ivor's pretty important. Or Engavar, as he's called by the Varl. Go on. Take the mender. Destroy the bridge. Do it and leave. Take whoever would join you, and do not return to my city. The alliance of man and Varl is through. What? Ivor is almost out the door before Jorunder has finished his sentence. What do you mean the alliance between us is through? What the hell, man? You're an idiot. Ivor, you need to kill Jorunder and take over and become the king. Led by Ivor, the Varl push hard one last time against the dredge. I need to switch items and level up. Until there is room enough for Ivan to take position and start raining down lightning bolts on the bridge supports. Dude. Before long, the masonry is a shattered mess and begins to give under its own weight. Varl and dredge alike race to escape the collapse. When the dust clears, there is a gulf between you and the furious dredge. They won't be crossing this way. Okay, so we didn't have to fight. We knocked the bridge down. Good deal. You've gotten what you wanted, says Jorunder. Now leave. If I ever see man or mender again, it will be too soon. Ivan tells you Juno will be waiting for us in Sigerholm. Despite the end of the immediate threat, many Varl choose to join Ivor instead of following Jorunder. You depart with a long caravan at your heels. Awesome. So we have, or maybe not awesome, we only have 4 days of food. And if we end up with a ton of dudes, that's going to be reduced to 1 day. Hopefully we can buy some. Chapter 6 of our bones, the hills. Now are we moving to Hakon? Hacking. Hacking. Like hacking. No, okay. So we're continuing on with Rook. And now Ivor, who is extremely important. Well, I think that went well. I think we handled it the best way that we could. We didn't attack the bridge directly. Ivor, it was his decision, and he is a Varl, and he's a very respected Varl. So I think it's good that it was Ivor who decided to attack. Up ahead, a scout shouts, "Some giant hall, but it's empty. You approach the structure, but recognize none of the markings. The walls seem unsteady at best. Finally, sleeping beneath the roof, you overhear several families begin unpacking. We're in big trouble, because we weren't allowed to use the shop. And we have 2 days of supplies. Okay, so finally sleeping beneath the roof, you overhear several families begin unpacking. No, that's not good. It was abandoned for a reason. Leave it. Look for any clues about why it was abandoned. Okay, I'm going to do that. Whomever left here may have had good reason, you tell the caravan. But after a few tiring hours of searching for clues, you have no answers. The frustration of the waste of time is apparent on the clansmen's faces. Sleep in the old hall. Cheers erupt as people flood into the building. A Varl leans against the support pillar. Oh no! It cracks and brings down a portion of the massive roof, crushing a number of clansmen beneath it. Sadly, the rubble is too deep to recover their bodies. And you leave the building behind with regret, because if anything good ever happened, this would not be the Banner Saga. Brutal! This is just, like, brutal. That's all I can say. Look at all the ice everywhere. We've got 1 day of supplies. The caravan consists of more clansmen than you ever expected. Accusations of stolen chickens, missing heirlooms, and concerns over daughters' virtues are the sorts of things you hear relentlessly. Even fighters complain of spreading too thin to protect everyone. Try to carry on and put up with it. Try to address the major issues. Try to keep people useful and busy for petty squabbles. Form a council to handle these problems. Split the caravan. Well, why don't we form a council? Or is that too... Then I'm going to have to deal with the council. Try to keep people useful and too busy for petty squabbles. Firewood collection, scouting, gathering of edibles, weapons training, and weapon repair keep your clansmen busy and usually too tired to complain. The chores slow the caravan, but the resulting peace and productivity feels worth it. I don't want a council, because I want to be in charge, and I want Ivor to be in charge of the Varl, and I think having a council might cause problems. So, we got 15 supplies, which made us increased our supplies to 3 days. It appears that large figures following from the direction of Unitard. Oddleaf watches intently before finally saying, "They have a cart. I can hear it." You slow to get a better view and spy a small caravan of Varl. Eventually they catch up. Yes! They're like Scrooge are under. Oh, it's Uben! Greetings, Ivor. It's been quite a while since we talked, hasn't it? Nice! I know you. Uben! Never imagined you'd be one to defy the king. What made you leave? Someone had to. What do you mean? Bellower's heading this way. Oops. Bellower's heading this way. Already? How is that possible? A group of Varl from Wormtoe showed up around the back of Eintertoft, the long way. Bellower and his army chased them across the summer path, they said. Past Wormtoe? That doesn't make sense. Bellower was at the bridge. There's more than one, dude. He must have doubled back after that serpent appeared. Well, we fought on the bridge. He led half his forces around to approach Unitard from behind. The attack on the bridge was a feint? Oh, that's not good. Don't let anyone tell you the dredge aren't clever. Unitard will fall within a day. Maybe not. He's following you. I thought one of you might know why. You exchange nervous glances, but nobody speaks up. Must be me, then. What? Is there something I don't know? That's quite a grudge he's holding if he's coming for you, Ivor. Doesn't matter. Our only chance is to get to Sigerholm. Juno will know what to do. We'll join you. I bring supplies and warriors and my friend Gunnulf here. Yeah! Bears a heavy sword. I believe he'd be happy to swing it for you. Awesome. But what the hell? Hacken is gone. Who's with Hacken? Besides Lubine. Okay, so we need to camp. And we have 6 days of supplies, so I feel like we can afford to. Though I'm not sure if camping makes a day go by unless you rest. But we'll find out. So, we don't have a lot of renowned. Krumar is okay. I think we put Krumar in instead of Hogan. But let's check everybody to see who can level up. Rook Ken, it's going to be 15. And Oddleaf Ken, that's going to be 15. Elite Ken, it's going to be more than 15. No, 15 as well. So they're all ready for level 5. Or 4, excuse me. They're all ready for level 4. Gunnulf is level 4, so he's going in for Hogan. Ivor, Gunnulf, Ivan. And so I guess the decision is, who do we level up to 4? What's good here is we can give Ivor his belt. And his belt gives him +3 to armor break. It's pretty awesome. And I also got a Volca thread, which gives +1 armor per turn. I'm not sure. Oh, he can go up to level 5? Oh, dude. Gunnulf doesn't seem to take armor damage. They seem to attack like him, but I'll give him the thread since he is the only other level 4 at the moment. Though actually I could get Rook up and then give it to Rook. But Gunnulf is going to be more in the battle, so maybe he needs to recover defense more. Now, who are we going to level up? Elite or Rook? Actually, since Elite kills everything, we're leveling up Elite here. 15 Renown. Okay, well, we're going to give her 1 there. And should we give her more defense? Or more willpower? I think maybe defense for now. She can use 3 willpower and attack. So that gives her 2 turns of it. So yeah, I'm going to give her defense. Okay. Good. Can she actually go up again? She totally can. So she can go right to level 5. That's how awesome Elite is. So, how much does that cost? 20. Okay. We're going to put her at Gunnulf and Elite can both get to 5 already. That's cool. What's not cool is that I don't have Renown for it. But it's cool that they can do it. Very cool. Oh, okay, let's go talk to Gunnulf. Welcome aboard, champ. Don't talk much, do you? You approach the massive green-clad Varl, who is sitting quietly by himself, eating bread. So, Just wanted to know anyone who can cleave a dredge in two like that a little better. I'm Rook. What to know? Ubine asked me to chop a dredge in two. I chop 'em. You consider your response. Traveled with Ubine for long. You like that sword. I'll let you finish your meal. We'll just start with travel with Ubine. Yes, long time. When I was young, I fight for another Varl. It did not work out. But I learned to swing a sword. Ubine pays well. Gives me plenty of things to kill. Because this is Ubine's right-hand man, right? And Ubine is the tax collector. He goes around collecting taxes. In case you missed the first episode or the second, that's how we started the game, was with Ubine. To be honest, maybe too many things these days. You consider your response. You like that sword, huh? No. I love this sword. Given to me by old Scrimir himself. When I start working for Ubide, he says, I protect the king's collection. I protect the king. Gunolf makes an expression somewhere between pain and frustration. I couldn't save it, though. He makes a hand motion like an object falling from a tall height and exploding. Mattered a lot at the time. I think it doesn't matter now. Scrimir is dead. Anyway. You consider your response. I'll let you finish your meal. Want to be friends with Gunolf, Rook? He pops the last hunk of bread into his mouth. Hell yeah, we want to be your friend. Keep food in the cart. Okay. Well, we will try. We don't want to piss off Gunolf, because he does cleave things in half with one shot. It's pretty awesome. Okay. Training, rest, heroes, or time to leave. I think it is time to leave, get back on the road. So we were at 6 days supplies. Let's see if we're still at 6 days. We are. So actually we can camp without it being a day. It's resting that takes a day. Okay. Good to know. The caravan stops at a split in the road. Ahead, the path leads to Sigarham. Ahead, the path leading to Sigarham veers off into the hills, which are now swimming with familiar black shapes. The dredge. Dredge! That way too, grimaces Ivan. The summer path leads straight to Sigarham. While taking the main road will add several days, there's every way by now, replies Uvan. I suggest we go around past Hoskstorp. Send scouts to see how dangerous the summer path looks. Start cutting a path through the dredge. Go around past Hawkstorp. Okay. Let's go around past Hawkstorp. I hate to say it, you tell Ivan, but I'm not willing to walk into swarms of dredge anymore. Juno will have to wait. Oh. Okay. Maybe we should have just gone through. I actually want to fight the dredge. Darn it. Now we're taking the long way around? We're going up to another village here. Okay, as you're nodding off to sleep, shouts of fire pull you back to attention. Flames quickly consume a supply wagon and a few tents. A woman cries out, "My boy!" and points to a burning tent closest to the outlying Varl. Two of the giants are motionless, staring at the spreading fire with terror in their eyes. Organize the peasants to put out the fires. Go in after the boy yourself. Make an effort to save the rest of the supplies. Okay. The Varl are terrified of fire. What do we do? What do we do? Rip open that tent and grab the boy, you shouted the giants. Though they look you in the eye, they remain paralyzed in fear. Others ignore the wagon and manage to pull the boy from the tent, but it's too late for the lad. The mother's wails ascend, the accusing stares thrown at the humiliated Varl. -1 clansman, -28 supplies? Oh my god, we have no days of supplies left. What in the depths was that about? You mutter to yourself. Something about the fire, Oddleaf tells you. I've heard of this before. They don't like it. Doesn't change what happened, you think to yourself. Damn it, I should have known. Oh, now we have no food. And people are going to start dying. Unless we can buy food here. We only have 4 renown, so we can buy like a day's of food. You enter a village of miners who want to know what has been happening recently between the rumblings of the quake and sightings of dredge in the distance. As you look around you, see a lot of elderly and children and know that these people will only be more mouths to feed. Well, we have no food. But I'm not going to leave elderly and children. Though they're probably going to die. But they're going to die if they stay here. So encourage them to join. You make a convincing argument about leaving town before the dredge sweep through and do a fair job of convincing everyone to be completely terrified. They start packing it. Remains to be seen whether you can keep them safe, as you say. Well, our morale is poor. We just gained like 100 clansmen. And we have no supplies. 16 supplies. So last a whole, what, day? Probably not even. 2 days. Okay. Wonderful. Moving along with 2 days of supplies. Now we got 1 day of supplies. Look at that, shouts one of your clansmen. The caravan stops to watch dredge pooling into the village you just passed through. I hope anyone who stayed behind got out alive, says Elite, but you have your doubts. Well, thankfully, most of them joined us. They're coming, says Ivor, pointing out a line of dredge leaving the village and marching towards you. As you watch, the dredge in front falls over. Then the one behind it falls as well. You hear a twang to your left. Nid, the archery student of Oddleaf's, who you recall deftly shooting a snow rabbit, is firing arrows down the hill. Dude, sweet! Another dredge topples. That's incredible, says Oddleaf, squinting. But we should get out of here. Odd's right, let's go. Return to the village looking for survivors. Nope. Hold on, let her do a few more. Yep. Let her kill a few more. The next shots bounce off of dredge armor, but the one after that doesn't, and the Colossus falls to a knee. Another dredge goes down before you get moving again. Why don't you come along the next time you want to try out that bow, you tell Nid, who nods with a smile on her face. Woo! New character to play. That's cool. 1 day of supplies, though. Not cool. Oh, we're out of food. Ooh, Okfrosta. This is the girl who we rescued who is frozen. We're starting to make a connection with her. The young girl who joined your caravan after being found nearly frozen suddenly stands still, refusing to move. She points to off to the side of the trail and stares, her eyes full of fear. This again, remarks one of the clansmen nearby. Ignore her and move on. Show me, stop the caravan and find an alternative route. Send scouts ahead to check just in case. I'm going to ask her to show me. She nods and slowly draws a tent. Edge, she says, pointing to the tent, then again off the trail. Your confusion prompts her to draw another symbol on the tent, one you've seen before on dredge armor. Okay. Lead a full party to ambush what you expect might be dredge. Send scouts ahead to check just in case. We're going to ambush because this girl knows what she's talking about. Quietly, you warn the fighters. Okfrosta's fear is well-founded. Beyond a short ridge lies a large dredge encampment. You have your warriors encircle the camp, breathe deeply, and charge. In the aftermath of the assault, you take stock of your fighters. Nobody lost and not a dredge left alive. You leave their bodies as a warning to others who follow, it's supposed to be any others who follow behind, and return to camp in good spirits. Wicked. But we're about to lose, dudes. Oh no. There's a godstone, but there won't be food there. Oh no, okay. We lost 3 fighters. We lost a few clansmen. I think 5. I love the animation of the godstones and our army walking. I just think it's so cool. So very cool. This godstone is wicked. Look how it's split up like that. And then the pieces match up. That's really neat. I like that. That's super cool. Very, very cool. The Godstone of Dunder passes around you. In the frozen climates here, it looks like the rock was split and is falling apart, held together only by the deep snow. Curiously, when standing between the stones, the wind drops off completely, picking up again once you've passed through. I almost wonder if we should rest here for the night, says Ivor, who seems to have noticed the same thing. With all the snow around it, Dredge might not even be able to find us. No, we don't have food to be camping. Well, okay. Stay here overnight. You walk around the camp before settling in. Along each strand of Dunder's massive beard is carved a different part of his story, and you turn your head to and fro to read it. While the Loom Mother was the first to create, she soon found a counterpart in Dunder, who embodied her ideals in a masculine form. Dunder took some of her creations, gave them beards, and showed them the secrets of smithing, though many remember him just as fondly for teaching them games and songs of mirth. Okay. -4 clansmen, -4 fighters, -3 Varl, because everybody's dying because there's no food. As the camp settles in, you notice a group of boys huddled around something. They show you an offering box, carved into the godstone itself. The box is an elaborate construction of interlocking pieces which slide around when touched. We can't get it open, they tell you. It's like a puzzle. Okay, try to open it, leave it and get some rest. Let's try to open it. The boys take turns working out the puzzle and give you tips when it's your turn, though you don't seem to make much progress. Eventually they leave to sleep until it's just you and a couple of other determined youngsters. Keep working on the puzzle box. It's hard to know how long you spend sliding around the smooth puzzle pieces, but when people begin emerging from their tents, you know you're in trouble. Exhausted from a long, sleepless night, worse still, the box remains closed as you shuffle wearily along with the leaving caravan. What? Oh no! Well, alright, champions. Once again, this has been a long episode with no fighting. Just story, but it's, you know, it's a very story-driven, heavy game. Which is actually, I really like it. I'm really enjoying the story. I'm enjoying how story-driven it is, and all the choices that you get to make, whether you fight or don't fight. So sometimes I'm making decisions not to fight, which is causing it to be a lot more story, but still good. It's still entertaining. It's still worth watching. So thank you for joining me. I'll see you all next time in the Banner Saga as we continue on our journey the long way around to get Juno. Can't wait to get her. She's going to be awesome. Okay, everyone. See ya next time.